Well, when I was young, I went to church with my mom. We would go just about every Sunday. Her mom and dad went to a church, and so did I, my sister and I, with her. And we did that, all the way up until I was starting to college. And when I started to college, I lived in Huntington and got away from it. Totally got away from it. And even when I'd come home, Mom would be saying, come go to church. I would always make up an excuse or something, and I didn't want to go. My wife, when we started dating in high school, I would go to church with her sometimes too. We broke up in college, didn't see each other for 4 years, and had one of my best friends in a car wreck die. 2 of them actually. That's the first time I've seen her in 4 years. We got back together. Together a couple years and got married. And like I said, she's always went to church. I would go with her some and things, and then some Sundays I'd just stay home. And then I got to the point where I just didn't go. She would go every Sunday. Then I had kids. They would go with her. And I would go sometimes, the Easters, the Christmases, things like that. But it was almost like I thought, I didn't belong there. I grew up playing basketball, loved it. It was everything I did. Every day I was on a basketball court, played it. Went to college, got married, and I would play it now and then, but didn't go back to any games or anything around here, high school or anything. And one day I thought, I will go check out a game, see what's going on. And started watching it, and knew some of the kids' parents and stuff, and thought, maybe I could do something to help these kids out. Anyways, he asked me that following year to coach with him. And I said, yeah, great, because I said, I think not only can I teach these kids basketball, but I can teach them some things maybe I had done wrong in the past, and thinking I could help them out that way. And so we started that season and got going, and the kids put together a Bible group where they Bible study before every practice or after practice, depending on whichever way they wanted to do. And, coaches were invited, and we would go in there, and I showed up a couple of times just to see. And I was amazed from these kids. What they knew, the questions they asked. And it got to me. I was like, wow. How mature they were. I would have never dreamed of probably being brave enough to gather everyone up, in that type of environment and have Bible study. And that just blew me away. And the kids would talk about it, and then Rich started questioning me about, things, and it got to the point where I was like, this means a lot. This is something that I think is someone sending a message to me. I've tried to come here to talk to these kids and try to help these kids, and in return, they're helping me. They've shed a new light on me on what God is, and how things around is not as important as it is God. These kids were all about basketball and they worked hard and stuff, but they really got that there's more to life than just things out in the world. I showed up one day at church. I think they had all the team come to church, and that was the first day. And I've been to church every Sunday since then. I might have missed a couple here and there, but it's been routine, and it's pretty nice. I look at things totally different than what I used to. What used to be important to me is not important. I spent a lot of time on the road working, and I used to spend a lot of time at work, and it just didn't become as important to me anymore. My family, I paid real close attention more to my family and how I was acting and what I was doing. So I got to the point where it wasn't about me. It was about God, and it was about everything that He has given us that a lot of people take for granted. And to me, it was an eye-opener for me. Even when I went to church when I was younger, I never got that. I think I just went just because I went with Mom. And then it started really meaning something to me.